Cool.
Hey Jason, first off, you're awesome, man. One of the coolest guys ever, so I just want to tell you that. And I want to ask, since your character is one of the longest running cast members on the Power Ranger series, what was it like with the growth of your character, and like what season or seasons did you really like your character the best?
That's great. When I started off, it's funny, talking about truth, okay? I liked Skull early. He was based on Sid Vicious, for the most part, okay? We put him in the context of Vulcan Skull, then it would be, you know, Laurel and Hardy, obviously, but Skull is based on Sid Vicious. He's somebody that we could all understand. Talk about a flawed individual, okay? Sid Vicious, it's funny, if you watch a concert with him, okay? The concert, the shot will pan away to somebody else playing. Cut back to Sid Vicious, he's bleeding. I come back and he's bleeding more. Like, how did that happen? How did that happen, dude? So I liked the first one because, you know, I thought that I could be Sid Vicious and a punker. And I legitimately took all of my young angst and put it into being the bad guy badass. Here's the truth, though. If you're truthful in acting, you can't hide what you are. That's kind of scary. The producers, Tony Oliver was one of the first one. Ann knew this, Doug knew this. Skull had a sweetness inside of him. The more I tried to be badass, the more you see I was just like everybody else and wanted to be that superhero. That was honest. That was completely honest. And same with Paulie, too. He wanted to be the bully, but Paulie's the sweetest guy you'll ever meet. Until he falls on you, and you're like, God. You know? So, actually, I ended up liking the season where we were private detectives in the office. Okay? That was a great season because the character had come full circle and it had a lot of small little gags that we could really control. Because we weren't bullying anybody, it was just the three of us. My favorite gag ever was when we had an entire episode trying to make the perfect cup of coffee. I'm not something truthful, I want the perfect cup of coffee, okay? But throughout the episode, there's a running gag that I love the smell of coffee, so I'm always walking around with my bag going... There's Lieutenant Snow talking. So, gentlemen, what you need to do is be over. This one smells better than coffee. Yeah. Next one. But, thank you for your question.
Thank you. I've had a lot of people tell me that in cosplays and things like that I would play a better villain. And specifically, I wanted to ask you.
Do you really think this makes me a good villain?
Can you be good and a villain? That's a good voice, though, pal. That's a good voice. Give a round of applause for that.
In your acting experience, was there ever any like bad habits you picked up that were hard to break, like on stage or on film?
Oh yeah, I mean, oh yeah. Beginning acting, just so you guys know, okay, it's not about learning how to become Hamlet on day one. Okay, it's about breaking bad habits. In our daily lives, we all have habits. We have twitches, we play with certain parts of our body that should not be. Okay? On stage, that gets in the way of a character. If I'm playing Hamlet, I'm going, you know, hey guys, how you doing, you know? Now, actually Macbeth, that would be bad, you know, really bad, you know? Oh, I ain't blood soaked in so bad. Okay. So yeah, it's all about breaking bad habits. I can't think of a specific one that I needed to break, but I guarantee they were there. If you watched Tony Oliver's panel last night, you saw the first version and then the second one. You can see the first one, we didn't quite know what we were doing. We were awkward, we were odd, and all that stuff, okay? The second one, as soon as we came in, boom, we took the stage. Because we've been working with the characters when we did the reshoots. The reshoots were done after we did the show for about 2 or 3 months. We knew those guys. I knew what Skull would have for breakfast. The earliest days, I barely knew what to do. I had a scene with TOEI where I'm supposed to try to kiss her and she smacks my hand away and I fall into a sundae. I was so young and green, I didn't realize that if the camera is here and I am here, I don't have to fall into the sundae. Because the camera can't see me! So, to answer your question. Thanks. Sure.
Sorry, my camera just crashed on me.
Yeah, me too. That's not a question.
Anyway, I'm not the one who remember me. I gave a card.
I remember, I had your card, yes.
Well, the question is, do you think writers make better actors because you know, they're writers, or do you think actors would make better writers?
Actors make better writers. I hate to say this. This is truthful. Writers tend to be withdrawn, not always, and so that gives them a place to find a voice. And most of the writers that I know don't know what their voice is until they see an actor do it. An actor always has things they want to say. It doesn't make them a great writer. I think the two are mutually, they're not mutually exclusive, but I think a great writer is a great writer, a great actor is a great actor. Very few people can do the crossover very well. Sam Shepard would be the one exception that jumps to mind, actually.
Cool, thanks.
Thank you. Can we take one more, then we'll get on to the... Don't worry, guys. I'm leaving time afterwards to do a slew of questions.
My question was, why did your character sleep in the beginning of Lost Galaxy? What happened with that?
He was tired. Duh. Well, let's talk about truth. Who is not tired? Yeah, most of you. Who is tired? Truthful. If you guys were still, you would sleep in too. You would sleep in too. There you go. Alright, now guys, first thing I want you need to know about acting, okay? Acting is a complete experience. It goes from the head to the toes, alright? Your body must be invested in it. You don't just go up there, stand in front of the camera and be like, hi, I'm Tony. Okay? One of the reasons these martial artists work so well on camera, even in the close-ups, is that they invest their entire body, okay? So we need to wake our bodies up and our voices. Now, normally I would give my classes an entire stretching exercise, but for now, I just want everybody to stand up so we can do a little bit of vocalization.